Hello, everyone. I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Gemini Weekly Tarotscope. This will be for January 15th through the 22nd. All right, we're going to start off by pulling some oracle cards for you. Get you your overall energy for the week, any messages and guidance you need to hear. And then we'll get to your tarot. Okay. All right, your overall energy for the week is this hostilities card. I think this came out in the Taurus reading. So if you have Taurus in your chart or you're connecting to a Taurus, you might want to look at that reading also. This is just feeling very defensive. This is just kind of having your guards up, or you could kind of, feel like somebody you're connecting with is just being very aggressive, very defensive. It's like you feel like you're being hit with a lot of obstacles right now, or you maybe feel like somebody that you're connecting with is just kind of really putting their walls up. You do have this thinking man card, so I do feel that maybe you're connecting with somebody who isn't really saying too much. This could also be you just trying to figure out if we're being honest, I kind of feel like it's possible that maybe you have communicated something to someone. You've communicated something to somebody that has really got them thinking. Um, Maybe you communicated to them like your desires for the connection, or where you want to be, something that you're wanting, or maybe you just communicated something to them overall. I think that it's possible that they seem to kind of take a very aggressive, or have a very aggressive reaction to it, or you didn't get the response from them that you expected. But in all honesty, I think that they're taking in what you're saying. I think they really appreciate your whatever it is that you said. I think that they also really appreciate your appreciate your presence in their life. Um, they're just not communicating that to you, because like you hit like a soft spot, or you hit like a vulnerable spot. um they have been kind of seeing a situation in one way, and they haven't been seeing it in from your perspective. So what if that's the case, whatever you said to somebody, I think they're really taking it all into consideration. um they're just kind of feeling a little bit attacked, and so you might not be getting a lot. You might not have gotten the reaction that you wanted from them, but it's just because they're taking it all in. um on the flip side of that, um it could be that somebody has said something to you, or presented some kind of information to you that got you feeling very defensive. You might have felt very attacked by what this person has said to you. Um, But I think that if you take a minute and really look into what this person was saying, and like, I think that you're taking something as an attack, um, but the intention of it was something completely different. So just kind of take a minute to kind of look back on whatever this conversation was, or this communication, or this information is. I think it's really important that with your communication this week, you really kind of take some time to really kind of read between the lines of things, or um, try to kind of go, look at the conversation, or have, listen to the conversation like free of any judgment. Because I think there's like deeper meanings to what is being presented to you. I really do feel that you have somebody that you're connected with that really values um, your presence in their life. I feel like they might struggle with communicating this a little bit. I would even go so far as to say they really feel that they show you their appreciation. They don't realize how they're coming across to you. They don't realize that they're hurting your feelings, or whatever is going on between the two of you. So just take some time to kind of try to, if you're dealing with conflict with somebody right now, just take a minute to look at the situation kind of free from any judgment. Try to kind of take the feeling of somebody trying, somebody wanting to hurt you. Like, take those negative feelings out of it and try to look at the situation again. Because I think that this person appreciates you a lot more than what it might appear. I hope that makes sense. I also feel that that's kind of a message to be very, like, think before you speak, think before you act, be very mindful of what you're doing this week, the actions that you're taking, because you might be feeling a little bit more defensive this week. So take a moment to really take a step back before, if somebody has said something to make you angry, take a step back before you communicate, and really kind of look into the situation a little bit more. Because I think that maybe you're just feeling a little bit more on edge right now. And so it's possible that something will be taken the wrong way, or so just be mindful of that. Okay, let's see what your energy coming into the week is. The Three of Pentacles. Ooh. Okay, with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, that does kind of sometimes show a third party situation. So it could be that you are connecting with somebody and there's another person involved. Third party doesn't always have to be another relationship. It can be just any kind of energy that's interfering with the relationship that you have with another person. But I definitely feel that you might be feeling a little bit, you might be feeling pretty hurt by somebody that you're connected with. Like, you felt like you're wanting their support. You felt like you were on the same page with this person. But I feel like you feel like you're not getting the same support from this person that you're giving to them. Give me one more on the Three of Swords. It's like there's all these feelings, there's all of this there's a lot that is felt. There is a lot that is perceived. There's a lot that is assumed in a relationship that you have with another person, but none of this is outwardly addressed. And that could very well be what the third party energy is that there's all of these feelings, there's all of this desire, there's all of this, anticipation for something specific to come from this connection. Um, but nothing is outwardly spoken. Um, and so anything that does get communicated at this point, it's coming out as aggression, it's coming out as frustration, it's coming out as um, not taking things very seriously. It's like there's all this depth to this connection. Um, there's all of this communication that somebody wants to have, but they're not having. And so it's creating all of these assumptions. It's creating all of this, you know, all like you both kind of have this narrative going in your head of what is going on in this relationship, what the other person feels, what the other person is doing. Like you both have this narrative going in your head, but none of that is communicated, none of that is expressed. Like it's all internal. And so when there is communication between the two of you, it's like it's constantly hitting at nerves. It's constantly triggering all this anger because it's built up a lot of resentment between the two of you because there is so much that is not communicated. Um, Wow, that's a lot. It could very well be that maybe in this connection there has been another person in the past. Um, for some of you, honestly, I feel like maybe you got into a relationship with another person, and when you both connected, there might have been a third party situation like initially. Um, and so you might be kind of holding on to a fear that that is something that's going to happen within your relationship. But overall, like, it's a lot that is felt, it is a lot that is perceived, but none of that is communicated. What is being communicated between the two of you is not really the depths of what is being felt. All right, so what is coming towards you this week? You do have the Two of Cups. That does indicate, a very strong soulmate connection. It does also indicate that you and this person mirror each other. You have the Queen of Swords and the Sun card. I do feel that you and this person share the same feelings. You have the same desire with the Queen of Swords. Again, none of that is like, it's the communication is closed off from emotions. But you do have this Sun card. This is enlightenment. This is opening up. This is, seeing things very clearly. Let me see what this Queen of Swords is. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I do feel that there is something that has been brought to either your attention or the person you're connected with. There was some kind of some kind of conversation that you guys have maybe had recently. This person might not be responding to it right now. With the Six of Wands or Six of Swords, sorry, this is kind of having that moment of silence. There's not a lot being said, but it's just kind of like trying to. It's just somebody that's really trying to process through something. They're not really saying a lot, but you have sparked. Something has been sparked. Some new insight has been seen. So there is communication coming between the two of you. And I do feel that this is surrounding with the Four of Wands. This is surrounding the stability of this connection. I do feel that there's communication coming about, what both of you want from the connection. But it's the way this person, again, you and this person really have there really is a struggle in communication between the two of you. Um, because throughout this time that you've known this person, there is a lot that has been unsaid. And so when you guys come together to have a serious conversation, um, there's a lot of defensiveness. You both are kind of defensive within your communication, within how you're perceiving things. So it's important to kind of, again, like, read between the lines. Keep an open mind when this person does start communicating to you again. Um, because I think for the both of you, you're both kind of very protective of your emotions. You're very protective of your heart. And in the same sense, you're both kind of protective of the connection. Like, you don't want to do anything that's going to completely sever this connection. Um, so just kind of try to be more open to what this person is saying to you, free of any assumptions that you've had in the past, because you do have the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love there. The Seven of Pentacles is that need to kind of take things slow, to this person is really slow to communicating their emotions. But if you're able to kind of read between the lines within what they're saying, I think they're expressing to you a lot more than you realize. What else do you need to know about this situation? You have the Ten of Wands. Yeah. This is like so much that is not communicated. It's like a dam wanting to burst. You know what I mean? And so yeah, the Fool card. And there's a need to kind of let go of all of this, any resentment that you might be holding on to, any burden. You might feel that you're doing all the work in this relationship. You might feel that it's very one-sided, but again, with the both of you, I do feel that you both have created this narrative within the relationship that is not communicated. And so just keep that in mind. Like, you both might be having completely different perceptions about what the issue is, but none of it is communicated. And so it's important to kind of try to let some of this go, and try to kind of have a fresh start with this. Try to see this with new eyes, because you have the King and the Queen of Cups. That's a very strong emotional bond to another person. That's a very deep love, and that's a desire to really protect and nurture each other. So it's a really good, there's a lot of respect that you both have for each other. And so I do think it's worthwhile to kind of try to see this connection with fresh eyes. Any final messages, guidance about the situation? You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, yeah, and the Strength card. Both of these are kind of messages about seeing the situation, trying to see a situation with a little bit of compassion, not only for this person, but for yourself as well. The Queen of Pentacles, it's very important. The message in this card is that you can only love another person as much as you love yourself. And so if you feel that this person is not showing you a lot, then that kind of goes to show that maybe they don't have that love for themselves. And vice versa. If you feel kind of jilted by this, make sure you're taking time to give that love to yourself. The Eight of Cups is about kind of letting go of that, any kind of old emotional baggage. And both of these cards being two eights. Eights is that energy of, eight is that number of infinite energy, the infinite flow of energy. And so understand that you both have all of this held back that you're not communicating. And so when you are communicating, it's resentment energy, and that's just being filtered back and forth. So if you can let go of a little bit of resentment or any kind of like fear that you're holding on to, that's going to filter through to that other person. It's going to open up the communication a lot better between the two of you. You do have the Knight of Wands as your overall energy, and underneath that you have the Ten of Cups. So again, it's like having this laser focus on one thing, and it's like this is like a very aggressive type of energy. It's building up a lot of resentment. So try to deal with the situation more from this place of love than this place of trying to get things figured out. You know what I mean? Sorry, I feel like I'm lecturing. um, and I think that you're both kind of in the same energy with this. Like you both have this love for each other. You both have this respect for each other, but it's a real struggle to communicate that to each other. Any final messages for you? Oh, you have the stork, you have the snake, and you have the divine feminine, and you have the key card. So yeah, you both have this this good feeling about this connection, but there is something different about this. This does require a lot of change. You guys might have been friends for such a long time. It's just hard to flip from going from a friendship to a relationship. So you both are like so protective of your energy. You're so protective of your heart that you don't even realize it. You both kind of are locking your heart up in this. So this is again about stepping into that divine feminine energy, about really seeing this from an unconditional love kind of place. All right. I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.